There are no strings on me.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Connor, your primitive A.K. here, back with another video for you guys today. Today we are here with our first ever subscriber analyst gameplay. We're going to be analyzing subscriber gameplay. This is going to be the first of many episodes. You're probably wondering why I waited so long to do this. When I said I was going to do this a few months ago, scheduling and also a bunch of other stuff came up in the way. But also we're going to be continuing the series into Black Ops Cold War. So if you guys want your gameplay submitted, whether it be beta gameplay, Modern Warfare gameplay, or Cold War gameplay when the game actually comes out, leave it down in the comments box down below. You can hit me up on Twitter and DM me your unlisted gameplay. It has to be a raw gameplay with no commentary, no webcam on it or anything like that. So if you want your gameplay analyzed, just go ahead and hit me up on Twitter. Link will be in the description. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Today's gameplay is going to be from Ashley, a long-term friend of mine who asked me to check out her gameplay and try to give her some tips on how to improve on COD. The gameplay we're going to be looking at is a looks like a TDM match on what I believe to be Shoot House. She got a scoreline of about 42 and 19, which is pretty good for a solo team deathmatch game. The weapon she's going to be using is the CR56 AMX. I'm not too sure on the attachments, but I can tell she's using a custom stock and also a Merc foregrip on it, which also looks to be extended mags by the looks of it. And the perk setup she's using is Scavenger, Hardline, and Battle Hardened. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into this gameplay. We're going to pause intermittently throughout the gameplay so we can try to analyze some mistakes and also some ways that she can improve on a certain play. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so she's on right side with a teammate here. So see right there, we're gonna pause it right there. If you notice, there was a teammate that was right there. He actually just died. What I would have done is I would have actually waited for this opportunity to see if they push, because what a lot of players tend to do is they tend to actually push up when they get one kill because they assume that there's nobody else there, and that would have resulted in an easy kill for Ashley. So we're gonna see what happens now that she decided to push in this case. And what do you know, she got clapped. So there was actually two people there. She probably could have gotten 2 kills if she had just waited a little bit longer. Right there, picks up a nice little kill in her own spawn right there. That guy was unlucky. He's gonna push up on left side here, and I noticed that she's solo pushing a lot. That's usually not something that you want to do. And this is kind of a risky push also, but regardless, it's going to help her pick up a kill right there. Great play. Gets up on that head glitch right there. I usually don't recommend doing that. She's going to try to wrap around. She hears the footsteps, kills that guy. Good play right there. And now she's surrounded by teammates, so she's in a pretty safe spot. Usually I don't recommend challenging this head glitch because usually there's always snipers that are mounted and you're 9 times out of 10 you're going to die. But she manages to get the kill and picks up the cruise missile. Picks up the cleanup kill from that one. Nice little kill on the guy on the head glitch up there. And saves her teammate. That's a nice little dodge there. Right there was an unfortunate event. All of her teammates died and she was the only one left. So there really wasn't much she could do out of that. You could have ran away earlier. Right there. That happens to me a lot. You see a sniper, you try to get away, and there's pretty much like nothing you can do. What you could have done is you could have gone through this little alleyway over there on the right hand side behind that wall and then slid through mid map instead of just crossing through junkyard like that, because it makes it a harder kill for them if you go the other way. But regardless, I would recommend going the other way instead of that left side over there. She's going to call in her Predator missile here. It's pretty much going to be a guaranteed kill. And you got a few options. Let's see which one she goes for. That was actually 2 guys there, but spawn protection kind of saved the other one. So right there, that's kind of a sticky situation there. When you know you get a stun hit around a corner like that, it's kind of a hit or miss as to where the person's going to be. What I would recommend you do there, instead of jumping, because when you jump, you sort of leave yourself exposed for like a brief moment where you can't move. I've noticed it a lot on this game. What you could have done is you could have slid around the corner instead. In case you're not aware, sliding actually messes with your aim assist on this game. If you notice when somebody's sliding in front of you, like your gun doesn't necessarily lock onto the target as well. I've noticed this a lot. So what you could have done is slid around that corner. It would have messed with the guy's aim and you could have potentially gotten the kill there. So that's an unfortunate scenario. Jump shotting is very situational. It works most on small maps like Shipment, and also if you get caught with your pants down, and that's just, you know, that's an unfortunate gunfight loss with the type of weapon she's using. Gets two nice kills there. Great job. And this is actually a pretty good push that you can do. I noticed her aim's a little shaky right there. That's a nice kill right there. Let's see what she does again with the second guy. Alright, we're going to pause it right there. Right there is another big mistake, and I'm guilty of this as well. A lot of players are guilty of this. Pro players, pub stompers, YouTubers, a lot of just average gamers are very guilty of this tactic. If you notice, what she did was, we're going to rewind it a little bit here. So she actually doesn't kill this guy, and this guy that's on the right hand side is the one who actually pushes up, which I thought she was going to be able to finish this kill, but apparently not. So that's kind of unfortunate. So that guy ended up sliding. What you should have done is, you should have actually reloaded your gun, wait to heal up a little bit, wrap around this crate and go around. Basically go around this crate and go on the right hand side and challenge instead, because now that guy that you just put one shot is going to be pre-aiming this area. And sure enough, he predicted that she was going to be there at that particular time, and she pretty much just gave the guy an easy kill at that point. So you could have wrapped around and you would have had a higher chance of winning this gunfight. And you see there's actually two guys there. So that was an unfortunate scenario. That's one thing you could change right there. But regardless, she does get the Predator missile, so that's pretty much another guaranteed kill. Let's see which one she goes for. Oh, 2 kills on your right. Oh, you could have angled that Predator missile a bit further back. You would have gotten 2 kills there. And another thing I noticed when she was calling in her Predator missile, pay attention to where she's located. Okay, so yellow dot, she's right down there. I know it's hard to see because the quality is a little bit iffy right now. The yellow square is where she is right there on the bottom hand of the screen. She goes for these people back here. There's actually 2 people here, this guy spawning in and this guy behind the wall. If you notice, there's actually 2 people pushing here. The minute she killed these 2 people, what you should have done is made yourself aware that these guys were going to be wrapping around this part of the map. The Predator missile is not only used to get you kills, but it's also used for information. And that's one thing that I don't usually use this missile. I don't use this kill streak anymore, but every time I did use it, that's what I use it for. So even if you don't get a kill, it's alright. You know where the enemies are, which is information for both you and your team. So right after you killed these 2 people, you should have realized that there was 2 people that were pushing mid-map, and right then and there, you could have actually just waited for them to push through right there, and you would have gotten the kill. Because guaranteed, the guy that slipped through is already behind this wall. He would have came around this way, right in front of you, while you were behind the car, and you would have had 2 easy kills. And sure enough, you know, wasn't checking that angle. So definitely check your angles as much as possible, and you would have won that gunfight. And a little bit of shaky aim here. I definitely recommend turn down the sensitivity a bit, because I notice your aim's a little bit shaky. And it looks like she's just kind of waiting for people up top. Now, if you notice, you heard that suppressor back there. Teammate just got clapped by another guy that's using a suppressed weapon. She should be aiming down this general area, and sure enough, she does get the kill. So GG's there. That guy was clueless. Yep, wrap around right there. Good job. Good stun. Unfortunately, didn't get around the corner fast enough, and she ended up taking damage, losing the 1v1 fight. And they were pretty much all spawning there, so she really had to get out of there to win that fight. Challenging that angle is another iffy spot. I do it all the time, and usually it's a 50-50 whether or not I'm going to win the gunfight. And a little bit of shaky aim right there, and unfortunately, teammate runs through, gets the kill. Oh, I'm not sure why she didn't push there. Yeah, normally when you have a situation like that, you want to actually push, because you're basically putting pressure on the enemy, and they're not anticipating that you'll push them. They're actually going to try to run away, so you want to put that pressure on them, get that kill as quickly as possible before they heal up. Because chances are they're going to toss the C4. You can't wallbang that unless you have FMJ, so don't even bother. That was an interesting frag grenade. Usually I don't recommend challenging that or crossing mid like that. Now there's going to be a guy pushing on your left. Let's see if he pushes. And there it is again with the jump shotting. I would not recommend jump shotting like that. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage doing that. Luckily you did spawn right there and got another free kill, so that was a GG right there. Killed that guy again. C4, I would sit in the corner instead of jumping up. Nah. If you're one shot like that by a C4, there's only two options you can do. If you have a stim shot, heal yourself up, sit in the corner, or two, sit in the corner. There is literally no point of you pushing when you're one shot. That was kind of a silly play. You knew the guy was there. You knew exactly where the C4 came from, and for some reason, you still decided to push them. That was pretty much just giving them a free kill at that point. So I've noticed this game is actually neck and neck right now, which is kind of surprising. That was a good kill right there. And normally for this map, you don't usually want to run an AR. You usually want to run a sub, but we're gonna judge the gameplay based off the based everything else besides the weapon that she's using. So, and there's a guy to your right. Turn around. Good kill. Good kill. Always look at that radar. Pay attention where the enemies are at, because none of these guys are actually using ghosts. I think there's two that are using ghosts because there's 4 on the radar. All right, so now you see there's 2 guys in junkyard, possibly 3 because some of them are using ghost. So it's a smart play to actually wait for them right there. Let's see if they actually push. He's going to use dead silence. Using dead silence right there is really iffy because a lot of times they're just sitting on the head glitches waiting. But manages to pick up 2 kills there. I would get back on that crate up ASAP. Oh, so close. So that was actually a really good play right there. She used dead silence to try and push through that little angle and try to get those 2 guys off guard, which actually worked out in her favor. If she had gotten over that little hill, it would have worked out even better and she could have got more kills. So as you guys see, 4 guys in back spawn, possibly more due to ghost. And gets the 2 kills there. GG's. Hopefully she uses that information. Those guys are on the left side. And I believe they're going to be spawn locked back there, so that's a good challenge right there. Now there's a sniper right there. Let's see what she does here. Does get a hit marker with the grenade, so that's a nice play. That was a good play right there. You can call it camping if you want, but if you know somebody's right there, it's actually the smarter play to just sit there and wait. And right here, she's going to get some help from her teammate that's actually in that right-hand side. She's going to challenge mid here, which is another interesting thing. I usually never challenge that lane because there's always guaranteed to be somebody right there. And unfortunately, that was kind of another silly play right there. I do this a lot where I push that right side angle a lot because I can get there fast enough where I know I'm going to either end up taking damage or not taking damage at all, and they'll see where I am. But unfortunately, she kind of hesitated a little bit to get to that area, and hesitating can cost you a death. And because they were all just recently spawning in, they all ended up stacking that lane, and they saw her before she even turned the corner, so it didn't work out, unfortunately. Now there is a guy in front. Easy play right there. Once again, there's an example of people getting 1 kill and then pushing. So that resulted in an easy kill for her. Now that was actually an interesting play right there. I was actually impressed by this move. Unfortunately, she ended up dying, which didn't work out. But if you noticed, she turned around right there. There was actually a guy behind her. I didn't notice it. I had to watch this back twice. But there was actually a guy behind her. And she tried to turn around and kill that person. By the time she turned around, the other people that she was initially looking at ended up killing her. That was actually a very smart play to do, but what you could have done to maybe stay alive is stick to your original plan and kill the guys that were in front of you. And if you know for a fact that there's a guy behind you, turn around instantly after you kill those guys and kill the guy behind you, because they're not going to expect it. If you guys watch me play Shipment or sometimes Ground War, you may notice times where I'm walking past somebody, or I know for a fact somebody's behind me, and I kill the people that are in front of me first and then turn around and kill the other guy. A lot of people think this is me not seeing them. No, trust me, I see them. I'm just trying to focus my efforts on my initial plan and kill the guy in front of me, then worry about the guy behind me, because the guy behind me is not going to be ready for me to turn around and kill him. So that's what you could have done there, but it's still very smart that you knew the guy was there. So just try to remember that if you're stuck in that situation. So we're going to keep going here, see what happens now. She's kind of exposing herself a lot more here, and that's usually not what you want to do, especially at this lane right here. But luckily the guy's not using EOD, so she does get a frag kill. So that's a GG of a play right there. And I think she's kind of just waiting for him to push. Now right there, I would have actually pushed because your teammate was right there waiting. But unfortunately, she still gets taken out by the 2 guys that stacked on that lane. They were both distracted killing your blueberry teammate, so you could have actually just scalped up 2 of those kills right there. Right there, I would actually push mid and go to the right-hand side, just like this. Yep, great play. Keep going. They're going to be in mid-map now. Yep, he's top house. Right there, you typically don't want to keep spraying like that. There's kind of no point. It's just waste of ammo. And you might end up getting shot in the back. That guy was jump shotting. Looked like an idiot. Jeez. Now she is going top house, which is a pretty nice play to do. As a C4, now there's a guy that knows her up. She's up there. She does throw the stun. I think she knows where he is. Yep, and then teammate picks up the kill. Pretty smart play to throw the stun there. She knew that somebody was below her through a C4, so that worked out. And right there, you always want to pre-aim that because people will sit back there and wait. And it's one of the most annoying things ever. So you typically don't want to do that. You just want to wait for them. Nope, another guy on your head glitch. Nice kill. Typically, you want to kill the guy on the car first and then the second guy. But either way, still got the 2 kills. Right there is a great play. She knew that her teammate just died, so she turned around and killed that guy immediately. Nice play. Kills the guy in mid-map. Now the spawns are rotating, so they're going to be on your left side and also the right side where you just came from. So the smart play would be to go exactly where she's going right now. Just kind of wait for them to cross. Oh. And that was the perfect play. You notice how she waited till the radar swept and then she decided to push? That's exactly what you want to do there. So very impressed to see that play. That's exactly what you want to do. If there's a UAV up and you're not sure where they are, wait for a little sweep, wait for a radar sweep, and then push. And unfortunately, doesn't win the gunfight there, which is kind of unfortunate. I usually don't push that lane just because people are always pre-aiming. What you want to do is in these types of scenarios, you want to predict what people are going to do. And what most people always end up doing is they end up pre-aiming every single angle. And, you know, people are very predictable in this game. If you're able to predict what people can do, you can win almost every gunfight, even if you don't have maximum amount of gun skills. So the final scoreline in this game was 42-19. Actually, a pretty good gameplay from Ashley. So Ashley, I really appreciate you submitting this. I hope you use some of these tips to help you improve at Call of Duty. Some small recommendations that I recommend. Turn down the sensitivity a bit. I noticed your aim is a little bit shaky at times, especially at long ranges. I know sometimes you may feel like you're comfortable with that, but if your aim is shaky consistently like that throughout matches, you want to make sure that you're turning that down. Also, just try to predict what people are going to do at certain times, which is a very, very, very hard tactic to do. I'm still mastering it myself. And sometimes you may be wrong when it comes to predictions, but at certain angles, you don't want to just run out there and try to get the kill. You want to kind of wait for the guy and see what they're going to do. Be wary of where your teammates are. Keep an eye on where the enemies are. Pretty much where your teammates are, the enemies are always going to be diagonal to that. Give or take 1 or 2 people that slip out of the spawn and are probably in your spawn. But overall, gameplay was nice. I hope this helped Ashley improve at the game. I hope this helps you guys improve at the game as well. If you guys want to see more of this, hit me up on my Twitter. DM me some raw gameplay on YouTube. Send me the unlisted YouTube link. Do not send me the file. I will not download it. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. It's your boy Connor, your Primitive AK. Signing out. Peace out, fellas.